wow, get this. Apple is going all in on AI.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we're talking a complete overhaul of their devices with AI baked into everything.
Yeah. Interesting.
So buckle up because we're diving deep into what this means for you and the future of tech.
Sounds good. What do we have to work with today?
Well, we've got some fascinating sources on Apple's massive AI push, Meta's, audacious entry into the search engine arena,
Okay.
and a legal case against Perplexity that really highlights those, ethical considerations around AI development.
I think what's really interesting is how these stories are kind of painting this picture of AI's just growing influence on everything,
Yeah.
touching everything from our personal devices to like how we search for information. It's
Okay, so let's start with Apple.
Yeah.
They're calling their new system Apple Intelligence.
Mm-hmm.
And it's not just a new feature, it's integrated into the whole Apple ecosystem.
Wow.
iPhones, iPads, Macs, Apple Watch, you name it.
It seems like they're really aiming for that seamless experience where AI is kind of subtly just enhancing how you interact with your devices.
Yeah.
Almost like an invisible assistant in the background.
And they're really emphasizing privacy,
Yeah.
which is a huge concern for a lot of people when it comes to AI.
Sure.
Most of the processing for Apple Intelligence happens right on your device, not in the cloud.
Oh, interesting.
But how does that actually work? I mean, isn't AI supposed to require massive amounts of data and processing power?
That's a great question. It seems like Apple has really been working on making their AI models more efficient so that they can run locally on those devices without compromising performance.
Interesting.
This approach actually keeps your data more secure because it's not being sent to like a central server for processing.
Right.
It's a pretty significant departure from how companies like Google and Amazon typically handle AI, relying heavily on the cloud.
So it's like having the power of AI in your pocket, but without sacrificing your privacy.
Exactly.
That's a pretty compelling proposition.
Yeah.
And what about the actual features? What can Apple Intelligence do that's so revolutionary?
Well, one example is that enhanced photo search.
Oh, yeah.
So instead of scrolling through like endless albums, you can just describe the photo you're looking for, like a sunset photo from last summer,
Oh, wow.
and Apple Intelligence will find it for you.
Cool.
They've also got this cleanup tool that uses AI to remove those, unwanted elements from photos, like photobombers or distracting backgrounds,
Right.
all while preserving the original image.
So it's like having a professional photo editor built right into your phone.
Pretty much, yeah.
And then Siri is getting a major upgrade, too.
Oh, really?
You can actually type to Siri now,
Oh, wow.
which can be like a lifesaver in noisy environments,
Sure.
or when you just don't want to talk out loud.
Yeah, yeah.
But the biggest improvement is in its contextual understanding.
Mm-hmm.
Siri can now understand the relationships between different pieces of information and act accordingly.
Give me an example.
If you receive a message with an address, Siri can automatically add it to your contacts
Okay.
or even suggest directions.
Interesting.
It's starting to feel less like a simple voice assistant and more like a truly intelligent companion,
Mm-hmm.
understands your needs.
It sounds like Apple is really trying to set a new standard here for AI integration, both in terms of functionality and privacy.
Yeah.
I wonder how this is going to impact the rest of the tech industry.
Yeah.
Will we see companies like Google and Amazon scrambling to kind of catch up?
It's possible, yeah.
Yeah, Apple's move could force their competitors to reevaluate their AI strategies.
Yeah.
Especially when it comes to user privacy.
Yeah.
It'll be interesting to see how this plays out.
Right, let's switch gears and talk about Meta.
Okay.
They're apparently planning to launch their own AI-powered search engine,
Really?
which seems like a pretty bold move considering Google's dominance in that space.
It's definitely ambitious, but Meta has this unique asset that Google doesn't. A massive amount of social media data from Facebook and Instagram.
So instead of just showing a list of web links,
Right.
Meta's search engine could tap into that social data
Mm-hmm.
to deliver a more personalized and context-aware search experience.
Exactly. Imagine searching for a restaurant and seeing recommendations from your friends
Okay.
or reviews from people with similar tastes.
Interesting.
It could even factor in things like your location, the time of day, or even your dietary preferences.
That sounds like a whole new way of searching the web.
Yeah.
More social, more intuitive, more tailored to your individual needs.
It has the potential.
Yeah.
But there are some big challenges Meta will need to overcome.
Like what?
Well, one is ensuring the accuracy and reliability of that information that's sourced from social media,
Right.
which, as we know, can be prone to misinformation and bias.
That's a good point. They'll need to find a way to filter out the noise
Yeah,
and make sure the search results are actually trustworthy.
exactly.
And then there's the question of user privacy.
Right.
Meta has, a somewhat checkered history in this area.
Sure.
So they'll need to convince users that their search data will be handled responsibly.
It's a tough one. Can they balance the potential benefits of this kind of personalized search with the ethical considerations around data usage?
Yeah, it's a tightrope walk for sure.
It is.
And it's one that we'll be watching closely.
Definitely.
Okay, let's move on to the lawsuit against Perplexity.
All right.
It's an AI company known for its advanced conversational AI.
Mm-hmm.
And the lawsuit seems to revolve around their use of copyrighted material to train their AI.
This case could have huge implications for the entire AI industry.
How so?
Well, it raises these fundamental questions about how AI companies collect and use data.
Yeah.
You know, what's considered fair use when training AI?
Mm-hmm.
What rights do content creators have when their work is used to, like, teach a machine?
Yeah, this is a legal and ethical gray area that's only beginning to be explored.
It is.
It could lead to stricter regulations for AI development or even new revenue-sharing models between AI companies and content creators.
We are at a really fascinating and potentially defining moment in the evolution of AI.
Yeah.
You know, this is no longer a theoretical discussion.
Right.
It's a conversation with real-world consequences, both positive and challenging.
This really highlights the need for these open and honest conversations about the ethical considerations surrounding AI development.
Absolutely. As AI becomes more powerful and integrated into our lives, it's just crucial that we establish those clear guidelines and frameworks to ensure that it's used responsibly and for the benefit of all.
Well, it looks like we've got a lot more to unpack here.
We do. What stands out to you so far?
Well, it's amazing how quickly AI is advancing.
Yeah.
With companies like Apple and Meta pushing the boundaries of what's possible.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm also struck by the ethical challenges that come with this technology. Yeah. It's clear that we need to have some serious conversations about how to ensure that AI is developed and used in a way that benefits humanity as a whole.
I couldn't agree more. We need to be thoughtful and deliberate in our approach to AI.
Yeah.
Ensuring that it serves us rather than the other way around.
But there's so much potential here.
Absolutely.
To use this technology for good.
Yes.
To solve some of the world's most pressing problems.
Mm-hmm.
To create a more equitable and just society.
It's definitely a lot to think about.
It is.
And I'm sure our listeners are eager to hear more about those potential applications of AI and how it could impact their lives in the future.
Yeah.
We'll dive into those topics in more detail in just a moment. You know, it's fascinating how each of these stories ties back to, like, the central theme.
Yeah.
The increasing integration of AI into our daily lives.
Yeah.
It's no longer this futuristic concept
But
that's happening right now.
Yeah.
In our pockets on our desktops.
Yeah.
Even in the way we search for information.
It feels like we're at a tipping point.
Mm.
AI is, moving beyond being just a tool,
right,
and starting to become more like a partner, helping us navigate the complexities of the digital world.
And that partnership raises some really important questions.
Like what?
How do we ensure that this partnership is balanced?
Right.
That AI empowers us without, encroaching on our autonomy or our privacy.
Yeah, it's a delicate balance, for sure.
It is.
And I think that's where the Perplexity case is so interesting.
Mm-hmm.
It forces us to, confront the ethical implications of AI development head on.
This case could really set a precedent for how AI companies source and utilize data for training their models.
Yeah.
If Perplexity is found liable for copyright infringement,
right,
it could lead to stricter regulations around data usage.
Okay.
And potentially even require AI companies to, compensate content creators for their work.
That could have a ripple effect throughout the whole industry, impacting everything from the development of new AI models to the cost of AI-powered products and services.
Absolutely. It's a reminder that AI development doesn't exist in a vacuum.
Right.
It's intertwined with those legal frameworks, ethical considerations, and the rights of individuals.
It's a lot to grapple with.
It is.
But I think it's important to have these conversations now.
I agree.
Before AI becomes so deeply embedded in our lives that it's like difficult to course correct.
Much easier to shape the trajectory of a technology when it's still in its early stages of development.
So if we think about AI as this rapidly evolving partner, what what can we do to ensure that this partnership is, beneficial and sustainable in the long run?
I think it starts with education.
Okay.
The more people understand about AI,
Yeah.
its potential benefits, its limitations, and its ethical implications,
Mm-hmm.
the better equipped we'll be to make informed decisions about its role in our lives.
It's about demystifying AI, right?
Yeah.
Making it less of a black box
Yeah.
and more of a tool that we can understand and control.
And that understanding can empower us to, to advocate for responsible AI development, to demand that transparency from AI companies, and to hold them accountable for, for the ethical implications of their work.
It's not just about, being informed consumers. It's about being engaged citizens.
Yeah.
We need to participate in the conversation about AI,
Absolutely.
voicing our concerns, shaping public policy, and ensuring that AI is used for the betterment of society.
It's a collective responsibility.
Yeah.
AI is too powerful, too transformative to be left solely in the hands of, technologists and corporations.
Right.
It needs to be guided by those democratic principles, ethical considerations, and a vision for a future where AI enhances human life,
Right.
not diminishes it.
Speaking of enhancing human life, let's shift gears a bit and talk about the positive potential of AI.
Sure.
I mean, it's easy to get caught up in the dystopian scenarios.
Yeah.
But there are also some incredible opportunities here.
Absolutely. AI has the potential to revolutionize healthcare, education, transportation,
Yeah.
countless other fields. It can help us diagnose diseases earlier,
Okay.
personalize learning experiences, make our cities more efficient, even tackle some of the world's, most pressing problems.
Right.
Like climate change
Yeah.
and poverty.
It's almost overwhelming to think about all the possibilities.
Yeah.
But it's exciting too, right?
It is exciting.
First, imagine a future where AI is used to solve problems, to create opportunities, and to make the world a better place.
And I think that sense of optimism is essential.
Yeah.
We need to approach AI with a sense of wonder and possibility,
Okay.
while also being, mindful of the potential pitfalls. It's a delicate balance, but I believe it's one we can achieve.
Okay, so we've talked about the challenges and the opportunities, the concerns and the potential.
Yeah.
But what does this all mean for our listeners?
Right.
What can they do to prepare for this AI-powered future?
I think the most important thing is to stay curious,
Okay.
to keep learning, and to engage in the conversation.
Yeah.
Read about AI. Talk about it with your friends and family.
Okay.
And don't be afraid to ask questions.
The more we understand about AI, the better equipped we'll be to navigate this rapidly evolving landscape.
Yeah.
And to ensure that that AI is used for good.
We are living in an extraordinary time on the cusp of a technological revolution that has the potential to reshape our world.
Yeah.
Let's approach it with a sense of responsibility, a commitment to ethical principles, and above all, a belief in the power of human ingenuity to guide this technology towards a positive future.
You mentioned AI's potential to revolutionize various fields.
Yeah.
Can you give us some concrete examples of how this is already happening?
Absolutely. Take healthcare, for instance.
Okay.
AI-powered systems are being used to analyze medical images like X-rays and MRIs,
Right.
detecting diseases like cancer at earlier stages with greater accuracy than human doctors alone.
That's incredible.
Yeah.
Early detection is so crucial for successful treatment.
And it goes beyond diagnostics.
Right.
AI is also being used to develop personalized treatment plans based on a patient's unique genetic makeup and medical history. It's even assisting with surgery, guiding robotic arms with incredible precision,
Interesting.
minimizing invasiveness and improving patient outcomes.
So it sounds like AI is truly transforming the healthcare landscape.
Yeah.
What other fields are seeing a positive impact?
Education is another area where AI is making a real difference.
Okay.
Imagine personalized learning experiences that are tailored to each student's individual needs and learning style. AI tutors can provide like 247 support,
Okay.
adapting to a student's pace and identifying areas where they might, need extra help.
That would be a game changer,
Yeah.
especially for students who struggle in traditional classroom settings.
Precisely. And AI can also free up teachers from those time-consuming tasks like grading and lesson planning,
Yeah.
allowing them to focus on what they do best, mentoring and inspiring their students.
So rather than replacing teachers,
Right.
AI is actually like enhancing their ability to connect with students on a deeper level.
Exactly. It's about using AI to augment human capabilities, not to replace them. And this idea of augmentation extends to a lot of other fields as well.
Okay.
In manufacturing, AI is helping to create safer and more efficient workplaces by automating dangerous or repetitive tasks.
Right.
In transportation, it's paving the way for self-driving cars.
Yeah.
That could reduce accidents and traffic congestion.
It seems like the possibilities are truly endless.
They are, but it's important to remember that AI is still a relatively young technology.
Right.
We're just beginning to understand its potential.
Yeah.
And we need to proceed with caution and thoughtful consideration.
So as we wrap up this deep dive, what's the key takeaway you want our listeners to remember?
I think the most important takeaway is that AI is this powerful force that is shaping our world in profound ways.
Yeah.
It has the potential to solve some of our most pressing challenges and create a brighter future for all of us.
Okay.
But we must approach it with a sense of responsibility, ensuring that it is developed and used ethically and in a way that benefits all of humanity.
That's a powerful message.
It is.
We need to be informed, engaged, and proactive in shaping the future of AI.
Absolutely, and I believe that the more we understand about AI, the more we can embrace its potential for good, while mitigating those potential risks.
Well, thank you for joining us on this fascinating journey into the world of AI.
It was my pleasure.
It's clear that this is just the beginning of a much larger conversation.
It is
one that will continue to unfold in the years to come.
Yeah.
We encourage our listeners to stay curious, stay informed, and stay engaged as AI continues to evolve and reshape our world.